let it dry. It's kind of like that spit wad we were talking about. So they shoot it in there and they let it dry. Have you ever looked at the bottom of a vacuum cleaner? That little brush that turns around, right? That little roller. That's what they do, and they have this brush that's about this wide, so that they grate it down here in that brush, right? Because that thing does like this when they fill it up, right? And so that's too much. They don't need that much in there, so they take that roller by there and it grates it off, so it's nice and smooth. So that when you get ready to drywall to put the sheetrock up, it's nice and smooth. It goes
right, because you don't want to pack it, because you know the whole thing with insulation is you got that air barrier in between, right? Like pockets of air. So if you pack this down, you wouldn't have that value of air in between.
Solar electric modules come in many sizes and shapes. This is an amorphous silicon one, and it's commonly used to put up a gas in your car, plug in, and it maintains your battery. Over there is a solar electric module. Made up of cells. There. Each cell is very thin, about that thickness. It has effectively 3 layers inside that cell. The outside layer, an insulating layer, and a back layer. Sunlight hits this, and it bombards electrons, which sends some of them cross through that insulator, and then they get stuck on the back. Everybody with me so far? Yes. The definition of
You can put it at the University of Maryland, College Park. You can put it on a rooftop, or you can put it in your backyard. Okay? Now, this allows you to produce food year-round. If you have a garden and it's outside, usually in the wintertime, you got to shut it down because the snow comes, all the coldness comes, so you have to go for at least 3-4 months without anything to eat. If you had a solar shell and planted the correct days in the solar shell, you basically go to your garden in the middle of winter and get crops on. Whether it be spinach, kale, carrot, anything you would have planted, all
through here by hitting this Bluetooth button. This model also is equipped with the paddle shifters, so you can put it in sport mode, and if you want to drive, you know, like a manual, you can actually shift through the gears with that feature as well. So, pretty cool stuff. Any questions on the interior or anything?
So when this one charges up, does that one charge up as well?
That one really hardly ever gets used. Very, very, very rarely. Okay. I mean, you really only need it under emergency situations. This battery will actually start the car. When you go to start it, it doesn't use a regular starter like you think. It actually uses the electric motor that's in there. Because the electric motor is constantly starting and stopping the car when you're coming up to a stop. That's what it also uses as you just turn the key and start it.
Oh, let me check it out. See what we got going on here. I like that. Nice. On the steering